Later on, we'll discuss about the rest of the tense like present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. We will later on discuss. But today we discuss about the descriptive writing. Okay, now you are listening or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then just now we are describing about a descriptive writing. Descriptive writing means not only writing, you can write a paragraph also, essay also. That whenever you describe something, that is a descriptive writing. Either you can write in a small paragraph also, but you have to describe in such a way that the readers easily understood. One thing, and next thing is that the reader can imagine whatever you are saying. That means you can use there are so many adjectives there, adverbs there, like you can say red rose. Now easily can imagine, isn't it? Or you can say that the blue sky. You can imagine that whatever you are telling, the readers can easily understand. That is the main aim of the descriptive writing.
Writing.
Yes. So whenever you write, you are writing something and the readers are reading your article, then that means that after reading your article, the readers should feel that they have visited such place, whichever you are describing, which you have described, or the objects or person you have described in that in that article. They should feel that they have met that person, they know that person, and they have seen that object. In such a way, you have to describe the thing. That is a descriptive writing. So if you are writing a descriptive essay, then you are writing then there are three parts. One is introduction, the next is body part, and one is a conclusion. So at first, body part. In body part, there is more than there is more than one paragraph you can write there. That means altogether there are 4 paragraphs if you are writing an essay. Then one introduction part, 2 body part, and 1 conclusion part. So next, now for at first we talk about the introduction part.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, your introduction should be very catchy and attractive. Catchy means what?
In which all can understand.
Catching means you have to catch the reader's attention. That means in first paragraph, whatever you write is, there should be very attractive so that readers want to read your whole. The introduction of descriptive essay should be interesting enough to catch the reader's attention. That means you're given capture the reader attention and identify your subject. That means now whatever you are going to describe there, you have to describe in such a way that readers are easily attracted and they will read the article. The next one is provide background information of the subject. Means now whatever you're going to describe there, you have to say that one in a little, not to describe a lot in a introduction part, but you have to describe something about that subject or that things or that place, whatever you are going to describe. So you're given, you have to create a background for that subject or that things so that the readers will attract toward you. The next part is here. So now after introduction there is a body part. In body part, we use a so nice description there. We use different type of adjectives there. Beautiful rose, blue sky, yes, very tall man. You describe like that, and readers can imagine your writing. Use variety of details. Describe either every part of the subject. Then include thoughts and feelings. Arrange the details into a logical order. Now, for variety of details. Variety of details means you have to catch the reader's sense. Since you understand, we have got 5 senses. Yes, that means what? 1 smell, 1 touch, 1 hear. Likewise, you have to describe in such a way that the readers can imagine. That means reader can hear. We have to touch the sense of the reader. The next is describe each and every part of it. So it means you have to describe. Suppose just now I gave example. You are describing about the house. Then you have to say that mostly we say that the house is beautiful. But whenever we say beautiful, how do you describe that one? How do you imagine? So you have to say that the house is very big. Yes, that is in blue
The house
color.
is a garden.
Yeah, in front of house there is a garden. Then next, what you can see in the roof of the house there is also flowers.
The house has two bedrooms.
Yes. So if you describe in such a way, then readers can imagine your writing. Understand not how many rooms are there and in what the things are there in the room. You can describe that one.
Yes.
That means describe each and every part of the house. So if you describe like this, like using the adjectives, adverb means like we can say, suppose you are talking about one person, the person, yes, then you can say the person is very tall, but he walks very slowly. Slowly means what? Adverb. Now you say that the man walks very slowly. Now you can imagine, yes, slowly means what? So in such a way you have to describe. They include thoughts and feeling. That means you can easily include your thought. That means your imagination also can put, so that the readers can imagine and readers can see the things then. Next, arrange the details into a logic order. Means you know that one. Whenever you write something, you have to write in detail. That means in order. Suppose you say that there's a, at first you have talking about house. Then you have to say there is one house, yes, in the middle of the city. Then after, there is one beautiful car in front of the house. You have described in such a way. But sometimes you say that there are 7 rooms in the house. Again you say that there's a beautiful house in the middle of the city. That is not a logical order. Any confusion there?
Ma'am, yeah. Ma'am, if we say that there are 7
No, ma'am.
there are 7 rooms in a house, yeah.
Yes.
And after that, we say that the house is in a the house is near a hospital. This is not a logical order.
Because at first, which house you are going to describe there then? You have to say that
We
one.
need to tell the details.
Details, yes. Suppose, okay, for one easy example, at first, whenever you are writing a story, yes, at first you told that some, okay, a baby born, isn't it? That's the what? Beginning of the story. Yes. Then after the baby born and he will grown up, he will do struggles. Then finally in the last die, isn't it? That is a sequence. But whenever you write a story, you first told that he died. Then again he born. Then what will happen then?
It will not be a logical order.
So that is a logic. That is a sequence, logical order.
Okay, ma'am.
That's the thing. So next is here now conclusion. So here in conclusion, you can summarize the material you have written. That means whatever you have written in the body part, then you have to conclude. You have to summarize all those things there. Getting me or not that one? You have to summarize all those things. You have to conclusion should summarize the whole essay. That means in the introduction part, in the body part, whatever you have written, you have to summarize the things. Then next, you have to describe the people, feelings, emotion, and attitude. That means on that time, yes, you can add your attitude also. You can add your feelings also. Whenever you are writing that article, how do you feel? You can describe your emotion, your feelings, and your attitude as well. And last one is the order. Final comment means rest. If something rest left there, then you can add in the conclusion part, so that this that means what you should end is in way that it gives a sense of completion. That means you have to end the essay in such a way that your essay is completed. Got it or not? Sometimes you just left there writing, there is no ending. So whenever you write something, then you have to give the ending part also. This is known as a descriptive writing. Descriptive writing means describe something. Either you can describe the place, portion, subject, festival, anything you can describe. That is the descriptive writing, where you have to describe in such a way that readers can easily understand your writing.
Ma'am, can you just give us an example of essay?
Essay of one festival. In festival now, in introduction part, which festival we are going to describe? We can write that festival. Introduction part. Yes. Then secondly, second paragraph and third paragraph, what we do in that festival. Yes,
Okay.
how do we celebrate that festival? You can describe. And in third part means that means we have to whole summarize the whole essay, and you have to add your comments. How do you either you like that festival or not? How other people feel about that festival? You can describe. That means in introduction part you have to mention the time, place, when, where. All those things are mentioned in the introduction part. Understood? Suppose okay. Easy festival one, Teej. Everyone know that one. Yes, okay, Dasai, everyone knows. So in introduction part, you have to describe when Dasai you celebrate. Yes, time, you can say time, or you can say place, where it is celebrate, when it is celebrate, and the next one you can say there why we celebrate. So we can celebrate that one in the first paragraph. Then in second paragraph, you can describe now how do we celebrate. How do we celebrate the Dasai? You can describe that one in the two paragraph, one or two paragraph. You can describe. And last one is the conclusion. That means you have to summarize. The next thing is now what do you think about Dasai and what other people thinks about Dasai. You can comment that one. That is the conclusion part.
Ma'am,
Getting me or not?
4 paragraphs in the essay.
3 or 4, at least 3, or you can add your 4 also you can make.
Okay.
At least 3, because there is one conclusion, one introduction, in body part and conclusion. There should be 3 parts, but in body part you can add more than 1 paragraph there. If you have to describe the teas, yes, then how do you describe? Okay, Megha, how do you describe about the teas?
This is celebrated by the girls, and in this the girls.
At first, you have to describe when teas is celebrated, in which month, in which time you have to. It's celebrated. You have to describe in the.
This is celebrated in Bhadra.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
after Dasai or before Dasai?
Oh, sorry, before Dasai.
In fourth fact, you have to say that the Teej is celebrated in the month of Bhadra. And why it is celebrated then? Why it is celebrated?
Ma'am, for the long life of their husband.
Yeah, good. For the long life of the, for the long life of their husband, and guessing the next is next for their family. Yes, they mostly the women used to keep the fast, isn't it? And now in second paragraph, what do you describe then?
How is it celebrated?
Yes, how is it celebrated then? Okay, then who know that one? Okay, Sagun. Yes, Sagun. Do you know how it's celebrated? Your voice, I'm not listening.
Ma'am, now?
Yes.
By taking a fast.
By taking a fast. And before taking a fast, what do you eat then?
Water. No.
Dor, yes. So you have to say that before taking the fast, they will eat the fish. Fish means what?
Yeah.
Feast. Feast means boj. Yes, in Nepal is a boj. So that means a dor, isn't it? They eat dor in the beginning. Then they after tomorrow. Then tomorrow they will put the fast. And in the fast day, the women go to temples. They used to dance. They used to enjoy a lot in that time. That is the body part you have to describe. And now in the conclusion part, what do you write in? Unnati, do you know what we have to write in the conclusion part? If you are writing the essay about teas, then any idea? Guess. Okay, anyone who want to try?
Ma'am, can I try?
Okay.
In the conclusion part, we should write that how do we feel by celebrating Teej?
Yes. At first, you have to summarize that one. That means in introduction part, in body part, what we have described, just you have to say this Teej is one of the important festival. Yes, all the Nepalese, yes. Okay, once try.
Ma'am, at last, ma'am, these ends with a lot of joy and joy. The Nepalese women enjoys a lot during their even their fast.
Fast, yes. Then
Then Nepalese women take a fast. The Nepalese women take a fast for the long lives of their family and for the blessings of the God.
Yes, then what? How other people or other women feel the same thing? Says you have to describe your own feeling as well as other feelings. You have to describe in the conclusion part. So, how do you celebrate your birthday then? If you have to write your birthday celebration in descriptive writing, how do you write then? You can write in this one short paragraph. So, tell me then, how do you celebrate?
Ma'am, can I
I'm not-
try?
Yes.
By doing party.
At first, when your birthday, describe your birthday time, place, where do you celebrate? Then only you have to write the how do you celebrate then.
Okay, ma'am.
By cutting cake.
My birthday is at
Is on.
Ashad.
Yes, in Hausa.
Ashad 5.
Yes.
Chaitra. Chaitra.
I was born in
Ma'am, we have got to try it.
Kathmandu.
Okay, now how do you celebrate then?
By cutting cakes.
By
By
cutting
giving chocolates to all.
all, by inviting your friends, relatives. Isn't yes?
Yes, ma'am.
That is the body part. Now, what do you write in the conclusion part then? So, at first, you have to try this one. Without trying, you can't do. So, again, I want to say that whenever you submit a homework, please write your name, okay?
Okay.
Then only I can give your marks or I can check the homework. Otherwise, I don't know your parents' Gmail ID. I don't know. How do you know? How do I know then whose one is that one?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have written my email ID there.
I haven't checked then.
No, I am just saying I always write my email ID there.
Yeah, that's good then. But I have checked someone here who I know then that one there.
Yes,
Patient,
I
yeah.
I always remember that I need to write my name in first, yeah, and when I start doing my homework and then when I keep on writing and writing, I just forgot to write my name at last.
Yeah, sometimes happen. So last time, just only half this, not half only. They haven't written the name. So I have, it's too difficult to check. Then I don't know whose homework is that one, whose assignment that one. I don't know that one. It's too difficult for me. So from today, whenever you do homework, just write your name also. And somehow I don't know all your name also because you are new for me. I don't know. Some students I name already. I forgot the name also.
But ma'am, you teach us in class 5, no?
Yeah, I taught in class 5, yes, but there also I
Yes, ma'am.
taught 1 week, 1 month I think.
Yeah, and you were our class teacher also, no?
Yes. So
But ma'am,
and
did
some
not us, no? Taught us, no?
and
What?
but I forgot some of the students' name.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Again, a problem today of
No,
class.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
next
ma'am.
time we'll story about description of the festival one. That means festival also means different type of festival, like unusual one, like one teas. Yes, you also have. We can also have a look there teas. Then next one, the festival of that we celebrate. Not we, but out of the country that is celebrated. That is the La Tomatina. Misunderstood? La Tomatina means water festival. La Tomatina means a festival where where the people celebrate it like a Holi. In Holi, we play with the colors and water. Yes, but in La Tomatina, we play with the tomato. We throw the tomato with each other. Yes, that is a type of a festival. So next time in next class, we'll talk about a different type of festival.
Ma'am,
Yes.
this festival is celebrated in Spain, yeah?
Spain, yes. In Spain, there is celebrated. This is known as the La Tomatino, where people just play like a holy of the tomato. They have to throw tomato to each other.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, you will give the assignment?
Yeah, I'll give you
Oh,
assignment.
tomato, na?
No, I'll give you simple one. Just you have to describe about any your celebration or festival. But later on we'll
Ma'am,
discuss
the unusual
about
one or like, ma'am, unusual one or the normal one?
normal one. Unusual one we'll discuss on later next class. So you also have once look how many type of unusual festivals there are. That is also one assignment. I will not give
And
you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
That is not the routine of our class. Is of
Maybe
This
all-
came yesterday, no?
Yeah, maybe this also next Sunday. So you can just have a look at how many type of unusual festival we celebrate in the whole world, not in Nepal. Honestly, that is also one assignment, but I will not keep this in your Google Classroom. That's just to remember. You have to remember what type of there are unusual festival, like one tea, like La Tamatino. Then there is one festival. What name there? And there people used to be what kidnapper. They used to kidnap. They used to rob. Yes, that is a type of festival there. So you have to find out how many type of festival, unusual festival there. And in next class you have to describe.
ma'am.
Yes.
Why is that festival
You will
celebrated?
give assignment also. We have to remember that also.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Both.
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
I am clear.
But don't forget then. Okay, now your time is almost finished. So I will give you assignment. And don't forget to write your name there. And next thing, don't forget this assignment also. See the unusual festival. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye class.
Bye bye, ma'am.
Kidnapping
Bye-bye.
festival themes is pirate.
Yes.
Ma'am, is that kidnapping festival
Hi,
name
Monish.
is pirate? Your
Pirate, yes, exactly, pirate.
book.
Yeah, Pirate.
Yeah,
That is a festival.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Pirate Town.
Pirate, yes, you can describe that also. Latin American also. You can just have a look and you can describe our next class.
Hi, Monish.
Okay, now, bye-bye.